Welcome all of you students for the class of cost. That is a new topic, that is a new chapter in your microeconomics, and it's a really important term to be known. It's an important topic since several numerical problems are based on it that are coming in your examinations. So if we talk about the term cost that you have heard in your junior classes also, in mathematics and other subjects also, several students are dealing currently, and in whole of the life we used to deal with this concept. This is not a basically particular concept for a particular segment of sections of sector of people or person or firm. It applies to everyone. It applies to our daily life also. So if we talk about the cost, in simple we can say with reference to firm, because this is the concept of theory of production. So if we talk about the cost refers to the cost of production, or in simple we can say it refers to the cost of producing an output, or we can elaborate, it refers to the amount of expenditure incurred by a producer or a person in order to produce or purchase required units of production in a given period of time. So, if we talk about cost, we have several definitions on our own. We can say cost refers to the cost of production in simple. Cost refers to the cost of producing an output, that can be average cost also. Or if we elaborate this definition, we can have cost refers to the amount of expenditure incurred by a producer or a person in order to produce or purchase the required units of production or processing. So, we can say if we talk with respect to the producer, he used to incur several costs so that he might be able to produce desired amount of units of production in order to sell, in order to generate desired amount of profits. Every other business used to be undertaken for the purpose of earning income, that is called as profits. So, if we talk about the cost is also known as opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. We have discussed the opportunity cost in consumer equilibrium also soon. When we discuss opportunity cost and marginal opportunity cost, it is basically cost of sacrificing the benefit for the next best alternative. So it means we can say whenever a producer used to undertake the production of a good, he just need to sacrifice next best alternative so that whatever the amount he used to spend in order to generate or produce the required amount of goods, that production must give him a very optimum level of profits. So we also say that cost is also known as opportunity cost because it is leading to sacrificing benefit in order to get next best alternative for the production. Every producer, I say, is working for the profits, and every producer would like to see whether if I am producing such goods, say good A, in order to sacrifice the good B, I must get the higher level of profit than I could have got if I have produced good B. So, if we are talking that cost is also known as opportunity cost, it has its two forms, that is implicit cost and explicit cost. Implicit cost is basically non-cash cost that is being incurred whenever, basically we can say these are the costs that are not incurred in cash and that are incurred whenever the producer is using self owned inputs, means there is a non-cash cost on self-owned inputs. For example, if a producer is using his own land on which he would have given the rent if he has not used for his own purpose, if he is providing or if he is taking a land from someone and he is going to pay the rent will be cash expense. But as I say, if he is using his own land for the purpose of production and he is not paying any rent, whatever the rent that could have been paid will be known as the value of imputed rent, means that value of rent that is not going to be paid in cash by the producer. Hence, it will be known as implicit cost, and that cost must also be included in the cost of production. Fine. Likewise, if the owner has employed himself in the process of business, he could have paid the salary to him also. Fine. Or we can say whenever he is charging interest on capital, on his own capital, then we can say the such amount of expense or cost will also be termed as implicit cost, because these are basically cost elements that are not incurred in cash. That's why we have told that these are non-cash costs. Now, with respect to explicit cost, these are the cash costs. It means every other expense that are being incurred in a producing firm paying in cash will be termed as explicit cost. The explicit cost is basically concerned with the cash cost where the actual amount of expenditure are being incurred, right, that are to be paid by the firm so that the desired level of output can be generated. So whatsoever the expense that are keeping in your mind, for example, salary paid to worker, telephone expenses paid, travel expenses paid, fine, wages paid, purchase of raw material, and all such expenses that are being paid by the firm will be need to be termed as explicit cost. Fine. So we told you these are two forms. Now we are coming to the basic terminologies of cost. First of all, we are going to see what you mean by the term total cost. Then we will see what you mean by the term fixed cost. Then variable cost, then marginal cost. So, starting with the total cost, it means this is the sum total of all the expenditure that has been incurred by a producer in order to generate entire amount of output or units of output in a given period of time. It means we can say it refers to the total expenditure incurred by a producer to produce all the units of output during a given period. Right? It means if a producer is producing 1 unit and the cost incurred by him is 10, and if a producer has produced 10,000 such units, it means we can say he has incurred 1 lakh rupees in producing the 10,000 units during the year. In simple way. Fine. Now, if we need to see that with respect to total cost has 2 elements. What are the 2 elements that we have just written? We can represent total cost as PC. Total cost has 2 elements. One is FC, one is VC. FC stands for fixed cost, VC stands for variable cost. It can also be written as TFC and TVC. It means total cost can be represented as total fixed cost and total variable cost. So, if we talk about the total fixed cost, it means that is incurred on fixed factors. It means that does not change with the level of production. So, if we talk about the rent on land to be paid, right? If we have taken a land on the rent purpose, fine, and we need also the producer need to pay the rent. We just need to pay rent even if he is producing 1 unit, if he is producing 10 units, or if he is producing 10,000 units. The rent will be same in the short term period. So the total fixed cost is the fixed cost that are being incurred on fixed factor. We can take the example, say rent on the land. Fine. Now if we talk about total variable cost. Total variable cost is the amount of expenditure incurred on variable factors. Or we can say with total variable cost refers to the cost that varies or changes, or we can say that increases or decreases with the level of production. Higher the production, higher will be variable cost, lower the production, lower will be variable cost. Why so? Because they are incurred variable factors, and we know and we have studied in the production chapter also that as and when more and more variable factors are employed, then only we can generate higher level of production. Fine. So we can take the example of wages or purchase of material, that is raw material. So basically total cost is having two components, total fixed cost and total variable cost. Now if I would like to divide total cost by number of quantities, what I will be obtaining? Average cost. It means there is also a term that is known as average cost. It means we can say average cost refers to the cost per unit of output as obtained by the proportion of total cost over quantity. I repeat once again. If you talk about the average cost, that is another term in your cost chapter. That is, average cost refers to the cost of producing an output that is obtained by the proportion of total cost over number of quantity produced. Q represents number of units of output produced, that is total number of units. TC represents the total cost or total amount of expenditure that has been incurred. So we can say about AC, average cost refers to total cost by Q. Now again I say average cost has also two elements, or can be divided into two forms, that is average variable cost and average fixed cost. How come? If I say total cost has two elements, that is total fixed cost and total variable cost, and if I divide the entire values by quantity, don't you think TC by Q will give me AC, TFC by Q will give me AFC, TVC by Q will give me ABC. So if we need to have a definition of average variable cost, we can say average variable cost refers to the cost per unit of output that has been obtained on the variable inputs by the proportion of total variable cost upon number of units produced during a period of time. Okay. Now, if we come to average fixed cost, we can say average fixed cost refers to the cost of producing an output obtained on fixed factors or fixed inputs. Fine. That is obtained as a proportion of total fixed cost by the number of units produced. So we can obtain the average of all three elements. Now students, we just need to see if we are talking about these costs, don't you think that we have generated the formulas of these cost elements? It means if we write down once again, we have seen total cost is equal to total fixed cost and total variable cost. If these are divided by Q, if divided by Q, they give us TC by Q, that will be equal to DFC by Q plus PVC by Q, or we can say we will be getting AC, AFC and AVC. Now we can derive furthermore formula. It means if I want TFC, I can obtain in the form of TC minus PVC. It means we can make formula from the formulas. So if we need to derive PVC, we can obtain TC minus TFC. See, two more formula have been created from this formula by interchanging the places. Now again we say AC can be derived. So if we need to derive AFC or average fixed cost, we can just subtract average variable cost from average cost. And if we need to derive average variable cost, what we need to do? We just need to subtract AFC or average fixed cost from average cost. Fine. Now we can also say that if we need to derive total fixed cost, we can multiply average fixed cost into quantity. Since what we have seen, the relationship of total fixed cost and average fixed cost with the quantity produced. Again, if I need to have total variable cost, I can just multiply average variable cost with the total number of units produced. So here we can see they are the respective formula that we need to use in order to facilitate the question or numerical problems that are coming into our way in this chapter. Okay? So, if we are concerning about these cost terms, now moving ahead, we are having marginal cost. And see, basically I always told you margin means additional. So we can say this is the additional cost of output by the production of additional unit with the employment of additional variable factor over fixed factor. It means if we talk about marginal cost, we can say it is basically the additional cost of output by the production of additional unit. It means if we produce additional unit, we will be definitely having an additional cost, and that additional cost will be deemed to be termed as marginal cost. So marginal cost is the additional cost of output that is being obtained by the production of additional unit with the employment of additional variable factor over fixed factor. So we have taken as marginal cost also. So these are basically the cost terms that we have taken with you. In the next class, what we are going to have, we are going to start with the respective diagrammatic representation of all such cost terms that we have taken right now. And that diagrammatic representation, you will be able to know that how can we produce the curves, how can we relate the curves, and we need to get some answers why the curve are having such shape. Okay, and then we will be having some numerical problem to be solved in the class. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, keep alive and keep going on with the e-lectures. Thank you so much, students, for connecting with us. We will see you very soon.